Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna discuss the topic of anticipatory bail. The anticipatory bail, as the name itself suggests, is the bail granted to a person in anticipation and apprehending arrest. The necessity for granting the anticipatory bail arises mainly because you can say when some influential persons try to implicate their rivals in a false case for the purpose of disgracing them or for any other purposes by getting them detained in the jail for some days. Apart from the false cases, where there are reasonable grounds for holding a person accused of an offence is not likely to, you can say, abscond or otherwise misuse the liberty while on the bail. There seems no justification to require him first submit to custody, remain in prison for some days, and apply for bail. The very purpose of the provisions relating to the anticipatory bail is to ensure that no person is confined in any way until and unless held guilty. The concept of anticipatory bail is mentioned in section 438 of CrPC, which is the Code of Criminal Procedure. The High Court or the Court of Sessions, while granting the anticipatory bail, may impose certain amount of conditions which are mentioned in section 438 subsection 2 of the CrPC. Number 1 can be the applicant has to make himself available for the interrogation by the police officers. Number 2 is the applicant should not leave the country without the previous permissions of the court. Number 3 is the applicant should submit his local addresses. Number 4, the applicant should not make any indictment, threat, or promise to any person acquainted with the facts of the courts granting the anticipatory bail had a conflicting view regarding the issues as to whether anticipatory bail can be granted for a fixed duration or time, or the time period should be not fixed. This controversy was later on settled by the constitutional bench of the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Shushila Agarwal and others versus the state of Delhi, where it was held that the protection granted to a person under the section 438 of CrPC should not be limited to a fixed period unless a special case is made out. The Honorable Court further expounded that the life or the duration of an anticipatory bail does not end normally at the time and the stage when the accused is summoned by the court, or you can say when the charges are framed, but it has to continue and it will continue till the end of the trial. Now, I would like to discuss some of the cases in which the courts provided the anticipatory bail. Number 1 is the case of Bikram Singh Majithia versus State of Punjab. This is the case of 2021. This is a very recent case. In this case, the petitioner filed an application for the anticipatory bail for the cases under Section 25, 27A, and Section 29 under the NDPS Act on 24th December 2021 in the Session Court. The Session Court dismissed the application. Thereafter, the petitioner moved to the High Court for appealing the order, and in the High Court he stated the reason that the opposition was using the state machinery against him due to the political vendetta. And on 10th January 2022, the High Court granted the bail to the petitioner. But again, the order was challenged by the state, stating the rulings of the Supreme Court, and hence on 24th January 2022, the court dismissed the petition for the anticipatory bail. And the court in turn gave the 3 days time period to file an appeal in the Supreme Court. This case is still pending. The next case is Sumed Singh Saini, ex-DGP Punjab versus the state of Punjab. This is the case of 2020. In this case, the High Court had refused the petitioner for the bail in the case of section 302 of IPC and the various other sections on the accused. The petitioner appealed in the Supreme Court about the orders of the High Court of refusing him the anticipatory bail, and the court granted the bail on the reason that the petitioner is a very strong person, and if the bail is not granted, it may affect the situation in a poll bound state like Punjab. At last, I would like to conclude the whole topic. Anticipatory bail is type of a legal advantage which is provided by the courts itself to the citizens, and I hope that I am able to express my views freely to you. Thank you so much.